1310.
Good call, meatball!
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
And a high fly ball to left. Yoshida, he couldn't find it. He lost the ball. It drops shy of the track. Around third, Rocchio will score the tying run. It's 3-3. And a hard hit ball left center field. Jose coming around third. He will score. 4-3 Cleveland.
And a shot. That's fair down the line. Red Sox keep on swinging. Yoshida is in to score. Kiner Falefa rounding. He's going to score two. No throw home. All the way down to third, Durbin. 1-0. Ground ball. Tackle. Bobble. Ball game! Mariners win! They sweep the Diamondbacks. Ground ball to third. Into left field. Beats it. Rounding third. Here comes Cody Cachimoto. And St. Mary's has won the game.
Oh, boy, you just get back from vacation. And here we go. Welcome to the Sam Bourquin Show, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN. We are streaming on the WDPN Facebook page, our 1310 WDPN page on X, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Wow. Here I thought I was going to, what am I going to talk about today? I'll talk about our vacation to Florida. The Guardians are off today. Rainsburg, I think we need to switch that audio over to
you're right.
What have you. There
you
we
are
go.
Correct.
There we go.
I was wondering what was going on there myself.
See, I haven't lost it. I still got the ears, man. As long as it's turned up loud enough, I can tell you what's right and what's wrong.
I mean, that means I've lost it, I guess. That's unfortunate.
And I'm thinking, okay, so I wrote out some of the show last night, finished up writing some more stuff today. I always send in the rundown to Rainsburg late morning, early afternoon, send in the audio clips. I'm like, wow, okay. Well, okay, here's what we're going to talk about today. I'll talk a little bit about our vacation and getting drenched at City Walk and, having multiple flight delays out of Hopkins and eventually getting to Florida and watching the Cavs from a poolside bar in Orlando and watching them choke away the season. And, well, what? And then all of a sudden, you start hearing these little whispers. Hey, the Browns might be trading Myles Garrett. Hey, the Rams are interested. And within 15 seconds, I kid you not, bang, there it is. Myles Garrett has been traded to the Los Angeles Rams. If you're just joining us, welcome to the show. Sam Bourquin here, Ryan Rainsburg there. Good to be back after a week off. Phone lines are wide open, 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. Text line is open, 330-924-7088. And don't forget the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. The chat is open. We're open for business, and we're ready to go. So I just kind of want to set everything straight there as I am reintroducing myself after being away for a week. You kind of got to, dot the I's, cross the T's, and get yourself ready to go. So here we are, and the Browns have traded Myles Garrett to the Rams. Well, I have so much BS going on over here right now, I can't even think straight. Okay, so here's the deal. Garrett goes to the Rams. In return, the Cleveland Browns get Jared Verse, a Pro Bowl defensive edge pass rusher, and he's really, really good. I'm not going to tell you he's the second coming, but he's really, really good, and he's 25 years old, okay? That's the first piece we get back. The Browns will also get a 2027 first-round pick, 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick from the Rams. Whoa. How do we feel about the trade? Were you surprised? Were you shocked? Were you not surprised? How do you feel about the Myles Garrett trade to the Los Angeles Rams? It's done. It's done. Adam Schefter, Peter Schrager, Ian Rappaport, it's done. And it's like, whoa. Now, we will kind of walk you through this whole thing this afternoon and kind of let you in on why we're not surprised. There was some clues along the way the restructuring of the contract, Myles Garrett not showing up to anything at all related to the Cleveland Browns since he signed the extension. But boy, did things pick up around 1:15, 1:30 today. And the first thing I saw was, hey, the Rams, Cowboys, and I forget who else, really interested in Garrett. Okay, whatever. And then with a flip of a switch, boom, it's done. The Rams and the Browns have made a deal. Myles is on the move. Okay, what are we getting back? Do we like it? Is enough? Are you happy? Are you sad? Did the Browns make a bad deal? Did the Rams fleece them? Are the Browns setting themselves up with multiple first-round picks and second and third-round picks so they can cash those in for a quarterback by the name of, I don't know, Manning? Is that where this whole thing is headed? Would love to have multiple conversations with you today. 330-821-1310. Text line is open, 330-924-7088. We're going to hear from Andrew Barry. We're going to hear from Adam Schefter via the Pat McAfee Show. Holy cow, man. Holy cow. How do you feel? No more number 95 in a Cleveland Browns uniform. No more number 95 in an orange helmet with the Cleveland Browns. That's it. It's all over. It will no longer be Myles Garrett straight from the Cleveland Browns to the halls of Canton, Ohio. Myles has hit a pit stop, and the pit stop just happens to be 3 time zones away in Los Angeles, California. Holy cow. All right, we got the chat up on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel, the Facebook. It's ready to go. You can listen and watch the show on the 1310 WDPN Facebook page, the Sam Bourquin Show Facebook page. I even shared it up on my personal page today as we're coming back with a bang after being away for a week. Rainsburg, what the heck? Nobody told me this was going to happen today.
Hey, look, I'm as surprised as you are.
I
might be more surprised.
This is, I'm not going to say stunning because, again, there were clues along the way that this could very well happen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not shocked. This isn't like, oh my God, I never saw this coming. You all should have had your eyes and ears open that this was possibly going to happen. But I think a lot of Browns fans said, well, it'll get to the talking stages and then it'll break down. Like the Browns will want too much in return. Other teams won't have the right package for the Browns. They won't give up a certain player the Browns want. They won't give up multiple picks. And things they'll stay stagnant and nothing will happen. I think that's what a lot of Browns fans thought was going to happen. Now, folks, it did one more than that. It happened. And it happened very quickly. And now we're finding out that the Los Angeles Rams have been virtually pounding on the door of the Cleveland Browns for a long time, wanting to get Myles Garrett. And who can blame them? And look at the situation the Rams are in. Okay, they're giving up Jared Verse. Well, they're getting Myles Garrett. They're giving up a number 1 pick. Whoop-de-doo. Where are they going to be picking? 30th? Right? Same deal, second round, third round picks a year and 2 years down the road. Rams don't care about draft picks. Go back and look at their draft history in the last 10 years. They don't care about draft picks. They just want to win, and they want to win now. Oh, by the way, the Super Bowl is being held at SoFi Stadium this coming year.
What? What a coincidence!
You know who hosted the Super Bowl the last time the Rams were in it? Before that, SoFi Stadium, L.A. So they basically felt that they're one, maybe two players away from going to the Super Bowl. They got their contract stuff figured out with the QB, Stafford. They've plugged in players accordingly over the last couple of years. They think they're ready to go. They think they're ready to go to the Super Bowl now. And boy, did they add a big piece today with Myles Garrett. Mike, welcome back, Sammy. What are the Browns doing?
He also thinks we could have got more from Myles.
That's the sentiment that I'm getting from a lot of people that I've talked to, just friends and colleagues the last 45 minutes. People are saying that the Browns should have gotten at least 2 first-round picks. Like the Rams could have traded him a 27 first-round pick, a 28 something like that. Maybe the Rams don't even have a 28, 29 first-round pick. I don't know. Like I said, they just trade them off willy-nilly. They don't care. Did the Browns get enough back in return for the deal? Me personally, I guess I would have rather done business with a team. But you know what? This isn't that wasn't going to happen. I was going to say I would rather the Browns had done business with a team that was not going to have such a good record the next 1 to 2 to 3 years, because then the Browns would be picking higher. You see what I'm saying? So if the Rams go out and win, let's just say they win 14 games. Okay, so they're going to be, their first round pick would be somewhere around 27 or 28. If you would have traded Garrett to a team good, you could have been picking at maybe 15, 16, 17 in the first round. But here's where I'll even stop myself. Cleveland Browns aren't going to be drafting with these picks. These picks are all going to be part of a big package, and they're going to go after Arch Manning. That's as simple as I can read the tea leaves from 393 Smith Avenue in Alliance, Ohio. These picks are never going to be used by the Browns, ever. They are going to be used in a package to move up, to go get Arch Manning, whatever year that is. But that's where this is all going. That's where this is all headed. But did the Browns get enough back in return for Myles Garrett? 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. Keller just sent me over something off of social media here. Says the Colts paid a higher draft pick price for Sauce Gardner than the Rams did for Myles Garrett. Gardner, Adonai Mitchell, 2026 first-round pick, number 16 overall, and a 2027 first. Garrett, the Browns get Jared Verse, a 2027 1, a 2028 2, and a 2029 3. Yeah. Did they get fleeced here? Or did the package they got, including Jared Verse, who I think is going to be a really good player, he's 25 years old, they'll presumably re-sign him. Did the Browns get enough back? Big monster trade with the Rams and the Browns today. Today was the Cleveland Browns Foundation where and all this stuff Oh, the big golf outing at Firestone today. And all this goes down and hits the fan. Andrew Berry was probably teeing it up on number 14 at Firestone. And his phone went off. And here comes the media. Cameras rolling and microphones out. Hey, Andrew, did you just trade Myles Garrett? We'll hear from Andrew Berry coming up. We'll hear from Adam Schefter via the Pat McAfee Show coming up. What a huge trade. What a big trade. One of the biggest trades ever. So Myles Garrett, the path to Canton will not just go down I-77. It's going out to L.A. He's now a member of the L.A. Rams. Lots to get into today. 330-821-1310 is our telephone number. Don't forget you can watch and listen to all of our social media platforms. WDPN on Facebook, on X, the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Jeez, what else is going on? All right, Guardians lost 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox. NBA Finals begin Wednesday.
How about the Spurs?
Yeah, how about the Spurs in the Knicks playing for the title? How about that?
Who would have thought? You certainly did not expect that.
I did not. Odell Beckham Jr. back with the New York Giants. Signed a contract at the age of 33. We've got the Louisville softball squad ready to go for the state run for a state title this Friday. We've got 5 baseball teams ready to go for baseball state championships, hopefully after they get through to their regionals. Central Catholic, Hoover, Jackson, Lake Center Christian, Minerva, all still alive in baseball. Don't forget, we've got the usual Sammy B best bet of the night coming up at 4:29 on this day in sports history at 5:29. Our poll question of the day. We actually have 2 poll questions of the day. That's how big this Monday edition is of the Sam Bourquin Show. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll dive in here on 1310 WDPN.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Looking for something the whole family will love? Join us at the 2026 Canton Greek Fest, June 4th through 6th at St. Haralambus Greek Orthodox Church at 251 25th Street Northwest in Canton. Enjoy delicious homemade Greek favorites like gyros and pastries, live music, traditional dancing, and fun activities for kids of all ages. Experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Greece right here in Canton, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day. Bring your friends, bring your family, free admission, and free on-site parking. Visit CantonGreekFest.com for all the details.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. Hungry kids get sick more often and can struggle in school. It can be harder for them to focus and learn. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures.
We want to ensure that all of our kids have healthy meals every day.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping feed our kids.
To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Heart is a blue.
1310 WDPN, welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Myles Garrett traded to the Los Angeles Rams. Nope, not April Fools. I'm not being silly. It's done.
June Fools.
Right. Myles Garrett. Going to be in blue and gold now. I assume that the number 95 will be available. What did Myles wear in college? Texas A&M. I think he wore... What did he wear? 15. He wore number 15 in college. Maybe he'll go back to that. Who knows? So the Browns get all-pro defensive end Jared Verse, 25, soon to be 26 years old. Stud. Real good player. Is he Myles Garrett? Probably not, but he's pretty good. Browns will get a 2027 first-round pick. They'll get a 2028 second-round pick. The Browns will get a 2029 third-round pick from the Rams. Did the Cleveland Browns get enough in return? I know it's tough to grade a trade like an hour after it happened. Excuse me. But did the Browns get enough in return? And are you sad to see I know a lot of Browns fans right now I know it. They are boo-hooing in their drink of choice. I know it. A lot of Browns fans are going crazy right now. Can't believe that Myles Garrett's gone. How do you feel about the Browns trading number 95? Al says they missed their shot last year. They would have gotten a lot more. Amen, brother.
Scooter says Browns didn't get enough.
Tongue bobbler. Are the Cavs the biggest winners of the Browns trade news? Sam, no surprise Myles got traded. Too many denials since before and after the draft. Yeah, no doubt. The signs were all there. And folks, if you haven't figured this out, and it took me a while to figure things out, is how the media works and then reporting and questions and answers and rumors. And don't believe anything that an organization tells you. Don't believe them. They're 99.9% always lying to you. Which sometimes they have to. Sometimes they just have to. They are never going to tell you the truth. Ever. Deny. Well, we don't know. Oh, that's a rumor. Oh, it's silly season. No. Don't ever believe what you're told by the organization. And it's just like it happened today. What did Andrew Barry and Jimmy, what did they all do? We're not trading Myles Garrett. He's going straight to the Hall of Fame. We have no plans to trade Myles. Myles Garrett's a Brown. He's not going anywhere. How many times did we hear that the last couple of months? I hope all of you didn't take that as gospel, because that turned out to be a lie. Myles Garrett is on the move. He's going to L.A. He's going to be the newest member of the Los Angeles Rams. Did the Browns get enough in return? Your thoughts on the trade. We'll get into all of it after the news and weather coming up on 1310 WDPN.
Here's the latest news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 3:30. Israel's government ordered strikes on Beirut's southern suburbs. The strikes today came a day after Israeli ground forces reached their deepest point in Lebanon in 26 years. Hezbollah fired rockets at northern Israel, including near Haifa. The strikes by Israel follow what they call repeated ceasefire violations by the terror group. The attacks come just before Lebanon and Israel were holding talks in Washington. Beirut says it is committed to negotiations. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces more embarrassment with the release of files about former UK ambassador to Washington, Peter Mandelson. The documents published Monday run more than include emails and text, included a handwritten note from Mandelson pledging the government would, quote, never regret giving him the job. Mandelson, a friend of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, was fired after 9 months. Critics say the decision to give Mandelson the key diplomatic job shows poor judgment. Starmer, who A sanctioned oil tanker from Russia sailing in the Atlantic Sunday. French President Emmanuel Macron said today the operation took place in the Atlantic on the high seas with the support of several partners, including the United Kingdom, in strict compliance with the law of the sea. Macron said the vessels which fail to adhere to the most basic rules of maritime navigation also pose a threat to the environment and everyone's safety. France's maritime prefecture of the Atlantic said Monday the French Navy had intervened on a tanker which had been heading out from Murmansk, Russia, more than 400 nautical miles west of the tip of Brittany. Federal prison officials cost taxpayers millions of dollars and prematurely freed inmates through faulty enforcement of a criminal reform program. The Department of Justice Inspector General's office said Thursday the Bureau of Prisons overcharged by $106 million for inmate phone calls and failed to provide re-entry programs to over 9,800 early release inmates between the years of 2022 and 24. The investigation found the mistakes stemmed from the implementation of the bipartisan First Step Act, which President Trump signed in 2018. It says the Bureau of Prisons is complying with the watchdog agency's suggestions. The Biden administration's efforts to implement the law spun out of control, according to the Inspector General. Missteps included reimbursing itself over what it calculated to be the cost of providing the telephone calls and moving appropriations tied to a specific year into a revolving fund with no time limits on spending. A new cross-border tunnel has been discovered between Mexico and the U.S., according to ABC's Alex Stone in Southern California.
The tunnel is about 869 feet long and 21 feet deep, running from Tijuana into San Diego. Mexican authorities made the announcement after carrying out a search warrant at a home, and they say the tunnel has lighting and ventilation. They believe it was a storage, logistics, and trafficking center for weapons, explosives, and drugs. They say methamphetamine, marijuana, and cell phones were found inside the tunnel. Alex Stone, ABC News.
73 degrees at 3:33. For WDPN News, I'm Clint Marshall.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
76 degrees for your Monday afternoon high. Looking good. Mainly sunny skies, staying dry all day long. Overnight, it's going to be mostly clear, but we are going to chill you down a little bit. Our low 50 by sunrise. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
$1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. Text line is open, 330-924-7088. You can watch and listen to the show on the WDPN X page, Facebook page, the Sam Bourquin Show page on Facebook, and the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. You can watch, you can listen, you can comment. We got the chat open. Holy smokes, what a start to the week. Myles Garrett traded to the Rams for Jared Verse and 3 picks. First rounder in 27, second rounder in 28, a third rounder in 29, all coming back from the Los Angeles Rams. What are we thinking? How are we feeling? Did the Browns get enough? Can you believe they actually made the move? Can you actually believe the Browns pulled the trigger and traded the future Hall of Famer? 330-821-1310. Lots of interaction coming through on social media, on X, on Facebook, in the chat. We're going to get to all of those. Jeff Krause says, Sam, I'm still reeling from your recent fast food poll in the amount of picking Chick-fil-A. Oh, my God. I have no opinion on Myles Garrett. Oh, that's funny. Other than State Route 94 and I-71 will never be safer, perhaps. No, that's funny. Let's see here. Christopher S. Browns are not a win-now team. Myles is a win-now player. You just created 2 years of cap space and got a top 10 replacement who is 5 years younger. Agreed. Kyle says, how did we only get 1 first-round pick in return? Kevin says, Myles wanted out. I wish him the best and move on.
George on Facebook says, the Browns got fleeced, but not as bad as Jared Verse getting traded to the Browns. He had to die with the law.
Don't sleep on this Jared Verse kid. He's 25, two-time All-Pro edge rusher. You're going to get, 20. You're going to get 5 to 6 really good years out of him. Myles is going to be, 31? Philip says, guess we won't have to win any more Super Bowls without him. Oh, wait. John says, Sam, this is exactly why they are called the Clowns, and the Clowns emoji. John says, bad trade, Sam. Jennifer, so dumb. Somehow I'm still amazed by how awful this front office really is. Patrick, not sure about the Hall, but I love getting his blank out of here. 1 year too late, honestly. Yeah, yes. It should have been done last year. This should have been done a year ago. You could have got more for him. I don't have to get on here and tell you. You all know, if you've been listening to me for any amount of time, I'm not the biggest Myles Garrett guy. I'm just not. Is he talented? Yes. But there's just something about him. We didn't win with him. Should have got rid of him a year ago. And that's on Andrew Berry. And that's on the Cleveland Browns. Kirk says, dude, this is why, besides losing, that being a Browns fan is next to impossible. Dan says, I'm sad. I am now like those old guys before me who loved the Browns, who watched every player they loved leave Cleveland. Coach Mike Gravilla, Sam, I'm sick to my stomach. Dan Leiden checking in. Dan, hope you're well. Thanks for listening. Well, the Browns didn't win many games with him, so he can go to L.A., get 8 more speeding tickets. In other words, see ya. Mike Eberhardt, hope you're holding things down up in the Magic City, Mike. Bad trade for the Browns. Need more capital for the trade. Basically, we got ripped off. Jim K., pardon my French, stupidest thing I've seen in years. You can imagine the word. Just by what I've seen in the last 45 minutes, it looks like Browns fans are about 65% angry that the trade was made. And it looks like about 30 to 35% of you are glad Myles Garrett is gone.
We got Buck texting, and he says, Verse is from Dayton. Myles Garrett won't put up the numbers he had in Cleveland for the Rams. A lot tougher competition in NFC West.
Well, let's see. NFC West. You got the Seattle Seahawks, right? You got the San Francisco 49ers. You got the Los Angeles Rams. Who's my other team? I think it's the Arizona Cardinals. Look at the NFC, the AFC North. Steelers, Ravens, Bengals. I would say at this point, probably the NFC West a little bit stronger. A little bit. I'm okay with the trade. I am. I am not sad to see Myles Garrett go. I'm not. I just wish they would have done it a year ago. You could have got a lot more for him. And when I say a lot more, you could have at least gotten two first-round picks. You may have been able to get another frontline player, too. And then I'll live with the second pick in 28, the third pick in 29. I'll live with that. But I want your thoughts on this, on the big trade today. First of all, did you think it was going to happen? Number two, did the Browns get enough back in return? And now what's the next step? What's next? When I opened the show today, and I'm still of this belief, I don't think the Browns are going to use any of these picks. I think they're all going to be packaged in a deal to move up to the way tippy top of the draft to get a quarterback who just happens to play for the University of Texas. That's where I think this is going. I don't think Shadur's going to be your quarterback moving forward. No way Deshaun's going to be your guy moving forward. Sure as hell isn't going to be Dylan Gabriel. These picks, this scenario, this trade, all of this stuff going on. All of it's going on. Watch the way the Browns have been drafted. This is where we're headed. And if it works out, they will look like geniuses. If it works out. If it happens. If they don't screw anything up between now and then.
Purple Suit says, but Shador is a Pro Bowl QB.
Yeah, so am I. So am I.
I caught the sarcasm there, Purple Suit.
Cole, the Browns will never win a thing.
Robert says, as a Bengals fan, I sure am happy to see him go.
I just, and I want to hear from Myles Garrett fans. Call in, text in, chime in, comment in. I don't care how you do it.
Drive down here and yell at us.
Come down to 393 Smith Avenue. Hell, the door's unlocked. You can come right in.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah, no, that's the Cavs thing. Oh, wait a minute. I want to hear from Browns fans, and I want to hear from Myles Garrett fans. How are you feeling right now? Because I'm going to come back with, okay, what did we win with him? And where were we going with him? Does Myles Garrett have gaudy stats? Sure. Defensive Player of the Year? Sure. Unbelievable sack record? Absolutely. But what did it get us?
Ooh, interesting, Scooter. He says, how do we know they didn't tell Myles last year, play for us one more year and we'll trade you off next season?
Yeah, we don't know that. Maybe. That is not completely out of the realm of possibility at all.
I don't know. That would require the Browns to have some foresight, which I don't think they do.
Well, yeah.
They don't even seem to have much hindsight, if I'm being honest.
Once in a while. Once in a while. I'm not broken up about this deal. The only thing that I'm broken up about is I just think the Browns should have got a little bit more in return. That's all. I am not sad to see Myles Garrett go. I'm not. And if you are, I understand. If you think I'm nuts, I respect your opinion. You're wrong. But I'm not curled up in the corner bawling my eyes out because Myles Garrett's no longer a Cleveland Brown. I'm not. And quite frankly, you shouldn't be surprised that I'm saying this today because this is the way I've been about Myles Garrett for a long, long time. Great player, great physical specimen. Question the motor sometimes. Broke down here and there a little bit. It just seemed like Myles Garrett only thought and cared about one thing. Getting sacks. Getting sacks and setting records. Building up his portfolio for when he comes to Canton, Ohio. I just think Myles was all about Myles. And I'm not even talking about the off-field stuff. I'm not talking about all the speeding tickets and all that. I'm not talking about that. I mean, if you want to, we can. But I'm just saying, I am not upset or sad or mad that Myles Garrett's going because of what he did on the field. We didn't win scrap with Myles Garrett. We didn't win anything. And let me throw this caveat in there. Myles Garrett wanted out. He wanted out of Cleveland. He wanted out of the Browns organization. He wanted to go somewhere else. Don't feel bad and don't feel sad. Oh, they kicked Myles. No, he didn't want to be here anyway. I think his behavior proved that. Did it not? This is the same Myles Garrett that went on this crusade, not this past Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl before. Get me out of here. Trade me. I want to go somewhere else. Myles, could we interest you in the largest contract in the history of football on the defensive end? Oh, I've always loved it here in Cleveland. He never wanted to stay. He was begging you to trade him. Should have got rid of him last year.
George on Facebook says, I am a Myles fan, but I agree with you 100%.
Appreciate it, George.
Al on Facebook says, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson are happy as hell.
Maybe. But you're going to have Jared Verse coming after your ass now, too.
Oh, you'll love this, Sam, from Scooter. He says, thank God we don't have to see Myles dressed up in some Halloween costume walking into the bowels of First Energy Stadium.
Right. See, that's Scooter, thank you. That's just another one of those peripheral things. I'm like, Myles, come on. And now we don't have to watch the Cleveland media and their videographers going to Myles Garrett's backyard and taking video of his graveyard for quarterbacks he sacked.
Oh, I forgot about that.
How tired did that become over the years? Oh, because we got to send. Okay, so you come on.
That's something the Undertaker would have.
I mean, you put all this 90s together. Myles was about Myles. We didn't win anything with him. Don't be upset. Look, you can be upset if you liked Myles, you loved Myles, you had a 95 jersey. He's the guy you wanted out of Texas A&M, and you got him with the first. That's fine. We all become enamored with athletes. We all look at them as, even though we shouldn't, we look at them as, superhuman people. It's okay. I respect your thoughts and your feelings. I'm not disregarding them. I'm just giving you mine. And I am not sad to see him go. He wanted to leave. We didn't win with him. We weren't going anywhere with him. It's time to go. Did we get enough? Probably not. That's all right, JW. You're going to come back in here in a little bit. He and I are going to have it out. But it's time to go. 95, it's time to go. And we move on.
Laughing at Dong Bobbler, he says those LA traffic chase videos of Myles at 2 a.m. are going to be wild.
Can you imagine Myles on the 405 or whatever the hell it is out there?
I think you're right. I think you're accurate at 405.
Yeah. Miles will be going 405 at 405 on the 405. Maybe that'll be his new number, 405 instead of 95.
Ooh, they're going to give him the triple digits.
Yeah.
It's not good in baseball. We were talking about that.
Horrible. Sam, I can't believe they actually pulled the trigger. I wish they would have done it a year ago. Glad to hear you back on the air. Welcome back from vacation. Sam, don't like the trade. Should have gotten more in return. See, we don't know. Like, I don't know what the other teams were offering. We'll probably find out when it's too late and it's old news and we don't care anymore.
Well, yeah, that's what we'll find out then.
That always happens. 3 years from now, hey, well, so-and-so offered. Well, who cares?
No, we could have had $10 billion for Myles Garrett.
So I don't know what the Cowboys were offering. I don't know what the other teams they were. I don't know. but apparently somebody in Berea, on a day where they're golfing at Firestone for Cleveland Browns charities, thought this was a good enough deal. And they said, let's go. Let's do it. And if you're just tuning in or just joining us for the first time today, if you have not heard the news or you're just hearing bits and pieces, Myles Garrett has been traded to the LA Rams from the Cleveland Browns. Sam, what did the Browns get back? We got defensive end Jared Verse, two-time Pro Bowler, 25 years old. Browns got a 2027 first-round pick, a 28 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick from L.A. Phones are open, 330-821-1310. Keep the comments coming. Keep the text coming. Keep the interaction coming. We are off and rolling. We'll take a break, 1310 WDPN.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Our national parks didn't just happen. They were imagined by those who saw beyond their time. The trailblazers, the bold. They stood on the edges of canyons, walked through history, and understood that these places need us just as much as we need them. Now it's up to us. Join the National Park Foundation to ensure what's all of ours is here forever. Donate at nationalparks.org/trailblazers.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for and there they go. Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Yeah. 1310 WDPN. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show. The big story today, Myles Garrett traded from the Cleveland Browns to the Los Angeles Rams. Your thoughts, your opinions, your comments, your gripes, your barbs, get them in. You can text to 330-821-1310. You can call 330-821-1310. You can text to 330-924-7088. Q92 Radio YouTube channel is open. You can watch and listen to the show live there. Drop your comments in the box. We'll get those on the air. Sam saw an interview with head coach Todd Monken saying he was never assured Myles would be here in 2026. Very interesting.
The plot thickens, Scooter.
Sam, I like getting a proven player versus getting 3 first-round picks. Verse is a solid player. I'd argue he's better at stopping the run than Garrett. It's a great point. That's a great point. You have to be more than a one-trick pony. Myles Garrett was a sack master. I can sit here and tell you he didn't play the run all that well. Hell, scouts would tell you the same thing. Myles Garrett lined up after breaking the defensive huddle, and he said, I don't care what happens on this play. I'm going to sack the quarterback. I don't care if it throws my other defensive guys under the bus. I don't care if it's not the plan on this particular play. I don't care if I don't stay in my lane. I don't care if I fill the gap. I'm sacking the quarterback. Everything else be damned. That's how he played. Myles wanted sacks. Myles wanted stats. That's all that Myles Garrett wanted. And you know what else he wanted? To get the hell out of Cleveland. He wanted out. Now he's gone. Your thoughts, 330-821-1310.
You see Richard over there is fired up, but I'm just going to read his last comment because there's a few things I can't read in his first two. But he says, what are the Browns doing to bring in new generations? Us old guys are already ruined. He's got a point.
Richard,
he points out they're hiring of some questionable people and the fact that they're moving them out of Cleveland into whatever it's called over there.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a lot of hey, we're moving the team out of the city of Cleveland. Now we've traded a Cleveland icon. Well, you're going to Brook Park. You're not going that far away. And yeah, sometimes Cleveland icons get traded. This isn't the first time. Won't be the last. 1 hour in, 2 more big hours to go. We're going to hear from Andrew Berry. We're going to hear from Adam Schefter. We'll get into our poll questions of the day. We got 2 of them today. We got lots to get to here on the Sam Bourquin Show. We'll take a break. The news and weather coming up next. Keep it here on 1310.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310, WDPN Alliance.
News on Michelle Franzen. After Iran state media signaled talks were off between the U.S. and Iran due to ongoing Israeli strikes in Lebanon, President Trump says he made separate calls to Israel's prime minister and Hezbollah mediators, and that says both sides have agreed not to attack the other. Iran still keeping a stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says that's sent trading oil prices up today. Americans could see prices at the pump go even higher.
The national average we still anticipate could be $4.80 a gallon over the course of the summer. So while we've gotten a little bit of a 2-week break from high prices, we could go right back up, and it's still not impossible that later this summer, even ahead of July 4, that we could see the national average pressing $5 a gallon.
Health officials say they're working to trace the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, more than 1,000 suspected cases. But the WHO says there are no confirmed cases outside Central Africa. And severe storms are targeting parts of the South and Plains today. This is ABC News.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet. Rely on 2 lines of Essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:02. Washington Township volunteer fire official in jail after federal authorities say he admitted to downloading child sexual abuse material. 58-year-old Donald Morrow arrested Thursday after search warrants were executed at his home and workplace. Investigators say the case began with a tip to the FBI. Court records indicate Morrow confessed to downloading and paying for the illegal material, and additional files were found on an external hard drive. Morrow, an assistant fire chief, is being held in the Mahoning County Jail. Case against an Akron man accused in a deadly shooting has been bound over to the Starr County grand jury. 30-year-old Daquan Rucker waived his right to a preliminary hearing Friday in Canton Municipal Court. He remains held on $1 million bond and is charged with murder in the May 24th death of 51-year-old Richard Poole. Police say he was found shot inside an Allen Page Drive Southeast apartment. North Canton man identified as the victim of a fatal motorcycle crash in Lake Township. Summit County Medical Examiner's Office identified him as 42-year-old Louis DeMondo. Starr County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened Saturday night on Route 43 north of Hartville. DeMondo was riding south when his motorcycle crossed the center line, failed to negotiate a curve, and left the roadway. He was pronounced dead at Summa Health Akron campus. The crash is under investigation. An unoccupied commercial building in Canton was heavily damaged by fire Monday morning. The repository reports fire crews were called to the 500 block of Hartung Place Northeast just before 8:30. Heavy smoke and flames were coming from an attached shed into the building when personnel arrived. The fire was kept from spreading to nearby structures. The cause is under investigation. One firefighter was taken for evaluation and treatment of minor injuries. Damage estimated at $32,000. The building will be demolished. East Canton man being held on $75,000 bond following a police standoff over the weekend. 51-year-old Gregory Sala arraigned today in Canton Municipal Court on charges including felonious assault and inducing panic. Sala allegedly threatened a woman after she refused to give him a ride, then pointed a rifle at her from a second-story window at a South Burger Street home. Nearby homes were evacuated, and the Alliance SWAT team responded before Sala surrendered without incident. A status conference scheduled for Thursday. Alliance residents could see higher garbage bills starting July 1st under a proposal before City Council. The ordinance would increase standard residential trash collection rates by 64 cents a month. Backdoor service would rise to $37.86 monthly, while senior bag service would increase to $10.96. Council also considering an ordinance authorizing up to $440,000 for cleaning and repairs to aeration tanks at the city's wastewater treatment plant. Officials say both measures are needed to maintain essential city services. SARTA preparing to again ask voters for a sales tax increase. The board expected to consider placing the same 0.1% tax hike on the November ballot after voters narrowly rejected the measure last month. SARTA's sales tax is currently 0.25%. Officials say the increase would generate about $8 million annually to help replace aging buses, restore limited Sunday service, and expand the agency's D2D transportation program. Board has until August 5th to place the issue on the November ballot. Canton's Sugar Creek Water Treatment Plant is back online after a nearly $43 million upgrade project that took about 6 years to complete. City officials tell the repository the renovation overhauled everything from filtration systems and electrical switchgear to wells and pipeline equipment, while the plant remained operational throughout construction. Plant, which dates to 1962, produces about half of Canton's drinking water, serving nearly 50,000 residents. City officials say additional work is still planned, including surge tank replacements and an erosion study. Columbiana County Park District Board back to full membership after a series of resignations. Probate and juvenile court judge Thomas Baranzi swore in 5 members Friday, including new appointees Neil Bayless of Latonia, Linda Linebaugh of Columbiana, and Kevin Todd of New Waterford, along with returning members Tom Butch of Salem and Eileen Dre Barden of Rogers. The board scheduled to hold its first meeting today to organize and elect officers. It oversees the Little Beaver Creek Greenway Trail and other county parks. A 4-month drug investigation led to 2 search warrants in Kent. The Portage County Sheriff's Office Drug and Violent Crime Unit, along with other local teams, executed the warrants Friday. Investigators say they recovered crack cocaine, drug paraphernalia, cash, and 3 handguns, one of which was reported stolen from Medina. One person was arrested and taken to the Portage County Jail. Charges include cocaine trafficking, possession, and tampering with evidence. One person is dead after a Sunday night crash in Youngstown. Police say a vehicle flipped onto its side of the 800 block of Market Street just after 10:15. Cause the crash has not been determined. 74 degrees at 4:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sunny skies and warm highs for your Monday afternoon, 76 degrees. We may throw a few clouds in there just for fun. No worries about rain. Overnight, clear and starry for the most part. A chill in the air by sunrise, our low 50. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
And a high fly ball to left. Yoshida, he couldn't find it. He lost the ball. It drops shy of the track. Around third, Rocchio will score the tying run. It's 3-3. And a hard hit ball left center field. Jose coming around third. He will score. 4-3 Cleveland. And a shot. That's fair down the line. Red Sox keep on swinging. Yoshida is in to score. Kiner Falefa rounding. He's going to score 2. No throw home. All the way down to third, Durbin. 1-0. Ground ball. Tackle. Bobble. Ball game. Mariners win. They sweep the Diamondbacks. Ground ball to third. Into left field. Beats it. Rounding third. Here comes Cody Cachimoto. And St. Mary's has won the game.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show here on AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Bourquin here, Ryan Rainsberg on the other side of the glass. Good to be back with you after a week off, little family vacay down to FLA. Boy, vacations go quick. They go quick. I went from 98 in humidity to like 58. I was like, what is wrong with me? I was sitting on the patio the other night, and like I had goosebumps on my arms because it was like 67 degrees outside. But my blood has readjusted to Northeast Ohio weather. We're ready to go. Back in action. Good to be back with you here on 1310 WDPN. I promise no more vacations and until the second week of August.
Same humidity, slightly different temperature.
Oh, man. Yeah, our days in Florida were 92, 93, 98, and 89.
That's actually pretty good.
But it wasn't bad. And the humidity wasn't stifling. Like, that's kind of like one of the reasons I'm glad we went at the end of May as opposed to July or August or June. Like, the humidity wasn't unbearable. So it wasn't bad. But we got a lot of stuff in the days that we were there. Had a good time and back in action, ready to go. Phone lines are open, 330-821-1310. You can text at 330-924-7088. Big news today. Monster news today. Breaking news. Bombshell. Blockbuster. Whatever you want to say. Cleveland Browns have traded Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams for Pro Bowler, defensive end, rusher, Jared Verse. The Browns will also get a 2027 first-round pick, 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick from the Rams. Your thoughts? Your thoughts on the trade? Can you believe they pulled the trigger? Can you believe Myles Garrett is no longer a Cleveland Brown? No more Myles coming out of the tunnel. No more speeding tickets.
That's what I'm going to miss.
He is a Los Angeles Ram and could be the final piece. Could be the final piece for the Rams to not only go to the Super Bowl, but win it again. Super Bowl just so happens to be played at SoFi Stadium this year. Did the Browns get enough back in the deal for Myles Garrett? Got a starter, got a really nice defensive player. You only got one first-round pick. You got one second-round pick in 28. You got one third-round pick in 29. What were some of the packages being talked about? Maybe the Browns could get 3 first-round picks. Maybe the Browns could get 2 first-round picks and 2 really good starters. I gotta say I'm a little underwhelmed at what we got back in return. This is no diss on Jared Verse, who at the age of 25, I think could be pretty good. I think he could be really good for the Browns. And we get an extra 5 years out of, because Myles is going to be 31. Jared's going to be 26. I really would have loved to have gotten 2 first-round picks. We didn't. And you also got to keep in mind, this LA Rams team this year, next year, maybe the year after. I think they've got a solid 2-year window here. Maybe you could prop that open to 3 for them to win a Super Bowl. Or maybe win multiple. You know, Stafford's getting old at quarterback. But they got Sean McVay. They do good business. They do good business out there in L.A. I mean, the city of L.A. doesn't care, but the Rams do a pretty nice job. My other thought on this deal is that whatever the Browns did get back or what they will get back, those picks won't be wearing orange and brown either. My thought, my opinion, my guess, these picks all get packaged to move up in the draft to get Arch Manning, the quarterback out of the University of Texas. That's where I think this whole thing is headed. I could be wrong. Maybe I will be wrong. But I don't think the future of the Cleveland Browns at quarterback is even on this roster. And I think the Browns have pretty much been dug in for Arch since 2025. Maybe a year before that. That's just my thought. What do you think?
Is Arch Manning good, or is he kind of like Shedeur Sanders, where it's all name?
He's good. There is a lot of hype there, obviously, with the name. Didn't really play great his first year at Texas. Had a much better year his following year. I'm very anxious to see how he does this year. Because if you don't start getting it by now, your third year in college, maybe you're not all that that your name is cracked you up to be. But I think that's where all these picks are headed. I do. Are you surprised the Browns made the deal? Do you think they got enough back in return? How much are you going to miss Myles? Will you miss Myles Garrett at all? Are you glad he's gone? Can you believe the Browns actually made the move? 330-821-1310, 330-821-1310. Get your text in, 330-924-7088, and you can also drop your comments on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open. A lot of you are taking part in that today. Bart Russell, another great move by Jimmy Haslam and the Brook Park Browns. Sam, there is 0% chance the Mannings let Arch get drafted by Cleveland. Oh, yeah, there's that too. There's that too. All right, we got some audio we're going to run here for you. First is Andrew Berry. This is the earlier audio. This is when the Browns were still lying in denial that things were happening and that Myles was going to get traded to the LA Rams. This was at Firestone Country Club today. The Browns Foundation, their golf outing at the country club, and then all this was going on. So, hey, the media started hearing whispers, and they found Andrew Berry. Let's pick up that conversation. Andrew Berry today, courtesy of Cleveland Browns Media.
We wanted today really to be about the Browns Foundation and everything that we're doing, the good work that we're doing there. Not naive that there's a lot in the social media sphere regarding Myles. Nothing is final at this point. We are in discussions of a potential transaction, including him. I'll have a lot more to say about it once it is final, if it does become final. And I'll discuss the details at that point. But, we are in negotiations. We're hopeful that we close something here in the next, several hours. But nothing's final right yet. So, like I said, I'll have an update for you guys maybe as soon as tomorrow when there's resolution. All right?
as soon as tomorrow, says Andrew the Liar Berry. I don't know. If anything happens, and when it does happen, I'll let you know then. Maybe we'll know something by tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's today. And about 3:58, this officially was made official. The deal is done. Andrew, it's time to start talking. It's done. There's no more speculation, no more rumor, no more innuendo, no more guessing. It's a done deal. Myles Garrett is gone. He is the Los Angeles Ram as we speak. Now, ESPN, kind of the first to break this. Adam Schefter, I know that there were some other media outlets that had kind of brought this news up front. Adam Schefter, appearing earlier today on the Pat McAfee Show on ESPN, talks about how this came to be.
Hey, way to go, Chef. Good work, Senior. Hey, Senior had to get back in there. Let the boys know. Hey, this is how you do it at the top of the food chain. Okay, so tell me about Myles Garrett, going to Los Angeles. Whenever they redid his deal, however long ago that was, we all reacted the same way. That seems like they are trying to make it more tradable. They said no. Now we have it. Have teams known that Myles Garrett was tradable as soon as that deal was kind of redid? And how do we get here with the Rams, Shefty?
Well, there is a long, convoluted backstory to all this, which is obviously still being finalized. But when the Browns redid Myles Garrett's deal, there were people that suspected at that time that this paves the way for the Cleveland Browns to trade Myles Garrett. And I truly believe, I know, that when the Browns redid that deal, the idea was to reconfigure the way and time in which they paid option bonus payments. Now, most fans don't care about when option bonus payments are paid, but the way it was set up in Myles Garrett's deal was the 15th day of the new league year in mid-March. They pushed it back to a week before the start of the regular season. Once they did that, it created more flexibility to trade him. And so that was a big deal to a lot of teams. In fact, I had a couple of teams call me and say they're going to trade him. They're going to trade him eventually. The Browns were adamant all along. Like I told you an hour ago, we're not trading him. We're not trading him. But the Rams began pursuing Myles Garrett. They kept pursuing Myles Garrett. They didn't stop pursuing Myles Garrett until they were eventually willing to include Jared Verse in the trade. Once Jared Verse got included in the trade, the Browns were interested. Okay, we get a player now for the short term, and we get draft pick compensation, including a first-round draft pick in 27. That we can live with. And Myles Garrett's going to fly to L.A. tomorrow night. The Rams are doing what they do. If you remember, the year before, or the year that the Super Bowl was being played in SoFi, they traded for Matthew Stafford that year. And now, in the year that the Super Bowl is back at SoFi, they're trading for Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
How happy is Myles Garrett? His girlfriend's from Torrance, California. I can only imagine what he's feeling. Jared Verse from Dayton, Ohio, born in Dayton, Ohio. We'll see. You know what? He's got a lot of leverage when he becomes contract eligible.
Versus Palm.
Heartbreak. All right, there is Adam Schefter appearing on the Pat McAfee show, that audio courtesy of ESPN. That's kind of a little behind the scenes how things went down there. Myles Garrett gone to the Rams. We get Jared Verse, a first-round pick in 27, a second-round pick in 28, a third-round pick in 29 from the Rams. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the deal is done. Sam, how are the Browns going to win 5 games every year without Myles?
True that. They might not win 5 this year, guys.
I'm not so sure the plan is to win again this year, folks. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you don't want to hear tanking. I know you don't want to hear playing to lose. I'm not so sure the Browns are really interested in winning a lot of games this year. And you shouldn't be surprised that that is their position. We're still in the rebuild. Remember what I said? I started here April 29th, 2025. Remember what I said on the show, Rainsburg? Help me out here. I think it was probably April, May, June, July, August. It was probably last October or September. And I laid out the big plan of the Browns moving into their new stadium in 2029 and how they were going to pretty much strip this thing down to the studs. It was going to be a complete rebuild. You probably had to go through 2 or 3 years of really big tanking. You probably had to make a couple of trades. You try to shed as much money as you could off the books and rework deals with Watson and Garrett. And then beginning in the 27 season, start to put it together a little bit. 28, put it together a little bit more. And then by the time 29 rolls around, you go into your shiny new building. You may have your franchise quarterback. You'll still be a very young team. You'll probably have another coach. That's what this is aimed for. And I told you this 6, 7, 8 months ago. That was the plan. I think we're still on the plan. And today was just another part of it. 26 minutes past the hour. We'll take a break. We'll come back. It's the Sam Bourquin Show on 1310 WDPN.
Looking for something the whole family will love? Join us at the 2026 Canton Greek Fest, June 4th through 6th at St. Haralambus Greek Orthodox Church at 251 25th Street Northwest in Canton. Enjoy delicious homemade Greek favorites like gyros and pastries, live music, traditional dancing, and fun activities for kids of all ages. Experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Greece right here in Canton. 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day. Bring your friends, bring your family, free admission, and free on-site parking. Visit CantonGreekFest.com for all the details.
Music and intelligence for your life.
No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world.
I'm John Tesh, and we couldn't be happier about bringing you intelligence for your life every day. We have a room full of researchers gathering the information and ideas you need to make your life simpler and better, and to make you the smartest person in the room. Join me for Music and Intelligence for Your Life, 10 to 3, Monday through Saturday, only on AM 1310 WDPN.
You heard it on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Where does your generosity to mercy ships go? To the hopes of a boy, to his dreams of playing soccer, to the hands of a surgeon, the joy of finally being part of the team. Where does your generosity go? Wherever mercy does.
All right, we're back. 1310 WDPN, the Sam Bourquin Show. If Rainsberg and I had not been talking about the best bet during that last commercial break, I had no idea it was coming up. And it's 4:29, and we do it every. Oh my gosh, I gotta get entrenched back into the routine here. So our best bet tonight is going to go to Major League Baseball. No NHL tonight. There's no NBA tonight. We got to go MLB. And we're going to go with a couple of teams that have been giving up some runs here lately. And I like this Kansas City-Cincinnati matchup tonight. The total has been fluctuating between 8.5, 9.5. I grabbed it at 8.5 earlier today. So that's what we're going to go with. Reds in Kansas City over the 8.5. This game is down in Cincinnati, the Great American Ballpark. A lot of runs down there. Luander Avila against Lyon Richardson. The pitching matchup tonight. Who are these people? I'll take my chances on a lot of runs tonight down in Cincinnati. What's my temperature looking like down there? 73 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour winds north-northeast. Yeah, we're going over. We're going over 8.5. Kansas City, Cincinnati. Sammy's best bet right here, 1310 WDPN. The news is coming up.
Now, the latest area news on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. President Trump said today Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to dial back fighting after talks with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and communication through mediators with the Lebanon terrorist group. The president announced the development in a social media post following a call with Netanyahu, whose forces recently made their deepest incursion into Lebanon in more than a quarter century. Trump said there would be no Israeli troops going to Beirut, and any troops that are on their way have already been turned back. The president said Hezbollah had agreed all shooting will stop, that Israel will not attack them, and they will not attack Israel. Iran has halted indirect negotiations with the United States over what it describes as Israel's escalating military campaign in Lebanon. Iran's semi-official Tasnim news agency reported today Iran's negotiating team will stop talks, including the exchange of messages through a mediator. The report said Iran considers a pause in Israeli military operations in Lebanon as a precondition of the ceasefire, and that Israel's actions amounted to a violation of the truce. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu Monday ordered the military to strike Hezbollah targets in Beirut, escalating Israel's campaign against the Iran-backed terrorist group. Newark, New Jersey has issued a curfew near an Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility that experienced fiery protests Saturday. Curfew will be in effect near Delaney Hall every night from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Anti-ICE protests have intensified outside the facility in recent days. Law enforcement discovered some of the protesters brought their own weapons. New Jersey Attorney General Jennifer Davenport said Sunday state police who took control of the area Friday have secured a, quote, broader area than just outside Delaney Hall. New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill urged people to demonstrate peacefully as she condemned the aggressive actions by masked individuals against Newark law enforcement and New Jersey State Police Saturday. Former superintendent of the Des Moines, Iowa School District was sentenced Friday to 2 years in prison. Ian Roberts was hired by the largest school district in Iowa in 2023. Prosecutors said he was aware he lacked employment authorization for most of his two-decade educational career and claimed he used a counterfeit Social Security card during the hiring process. The Guyana native fled from ICE agents when they tried to pull him over while he was driving a school-issued vehicle in September. Authorities allegedly found the vehicle in a wooded area with $3,000 in cash and a loaded handgun inside. Roberts eventually pleaded guilty to counts of unlawfully possessing a firearm while being in the U.S. illegally and making a false statement for employment. Bus driver who cannot speak English crashed into stop traffic on I-95 in Virginia early Friday, killing 5 people. Traffic slowed for a work zone on southbound I-95 in Stafford County near Quantico around 2:30 a.m. when the bus failed to stop. New York Post reported it struck a vehicle that was forced into another that caught fire. 6 vehicles were involved. 44 people went to hospitals. The driver, identified as a 48-year-old Chinese-born U.S. citizen, received his commercial driver's license from New York in 2024. He was injured. Charges are pending. The Donsev family of Greenfield, Massachusetts, accounted for 4 deaths. The 5th was a 25-year-old Worcester, Mass. woman in the second vehicle. 74 degrees at 4:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Now, the Alliance Area Weather Forecast from Mark Johnson on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sunshine through your Monday afternoon, maybe a few little puffy cumulus clouds here and there. It's going to be warm, 76 degrees. Overnight, a mainly clear and starry sky with a low right around 50 degrees. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
California.
This one goes out to Myles Garrett. Little California love. Welcome back, 1310 WDPN. It's the Sam Bourquin Show, 34 minutes past the hour. Phones are open, 330-821-1310. The Q92 Radio YouTube channel, which we are on, Monday through Friday, 3 until 6. The chat is wide open and ready. Let's see here. Curtis Fry, 7272, says, not a bad deal for this exact moment in time for the Browns, but a very spot-on decision for the way the franchise is and has been operating for years. You should never be trading the best defensive player on your squad. Let me read this to you on X. And this is from Charles Robinson, NFL reporter for Yahoo Sports. Quote, some context on the Myles Garrett trade between the Browns and the Rams. I believe the Browns internally think they are still one more offseason from completing this rebuild. Boy, sounds like something a guy just said 25. Oh, that was me.
They think they're one season away from the rebuild.
The defining factor here was effective netting 3 first-round picks of value for Garrett versus still in a spending young star that carries the value of 2 first-round picks. Well, that's interesting. The icing was the Browns being able to add another first in 2027 to add to their own, giving them ammunition and flexibility should the current quarterback room not yield a long-term starter? Is this guy listening to the show? This is exactly what I just said. This is what the Browns are doing. This is exactly what they are doing. No surprise. No surprise here. Mike Garofolo on X. Browns general manager Andrew Berry on trading away Myles Garrett, saying the Rams' pursuit of him put Cleveland at a crossroads and made them reconsider Garrett as a one-helmet player. Now, this is a little long, but I'm going to read this to you. This is from Andrew Berry. Rainsburg, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds here. Just find me some NFL Films music. I don't really care what it is. And we're going to play this underneath as I read you this 5-paragraph essay from Andrew Berry on the Myles Garrett trade. This is Andrew. Quote, "We have long taken the stance that our goal was for Myles Garrett to be a one-helmet player for this entire career. After rewriting the record books and representing our organization with excellence, we were sincere in that desire as we entered this offseason and did not envision a world where Myles was not a Cleveland Brown." That is a lie. Quote, "When the Rams first approached us with the possibility of trading Myles, we remained convicted in our position. But as discussions intensified, we were stuck at a legitimate crossroads. Do we hold on to a truly generational player who has become the identity of our team, or do we make the difficult decision that we think is best for the organization over the long run? In that framework, the decision became clear. Although our emotions were muddled, we, and more importantly, our fans, have grown up with Myles. He's an enormous source of pride for our team. However, we embark on a new era of Browns football with a young core and a replenished asset base. We felt this move was important for our transition." More from Andrew Berry. "Chief among the considerations to make the decision was the inclusion of Jared Verse, a player our fan base will love. He's 25 years old, 2 Pro Bowls, and a Defensive Rookie of the Year under his belt. We'd receive a young elite player at a premium position who will only continue to improve in his 3rd NFL season. Jared's passion and relentless style of play will be embraced by our fans. He will fit right in with the established identity of our defense. We couldn't be more pleased to welcome him to the Dog Pound. Finally, we recognize the unexpected nature of this trade, but it opens up great opportunities for our franchise. We are excited to welcome Jared to the organization, along with the cap flexibility and draft resources to deploy to the rest of the roster that will allow us to add to our building core on both sides of the ball." Browns general manager Andrew Berry.
Music was almost perfect.
If I would have read it a little faster, it would have been. But here we are. Here we are. The the full rebuild. The full rebuild is not only underway. It's happening.
Well,
it continues to happen. The Browns continue to go down the path of tearing it down. That's what you had to do. That's what you had to do. And that's what they're doing. You couldn't do any more half-assed rebuilds. You had to take it down. And folks, Browns fans, don't be upset. Don't be angry. Don't be mad. This team is probably not going to win 5 games. Maybe they will. Maybe it's a very easy schedule on paper. But again, and I know a lot of you are rolling your eyes. I can see you. See? I'm looking at you right now. I can see you. You're rolling your eyes. Don't tell me any more about tanking. Don't tell me any more about losing for high draft picks. Folks, that's where we're at. In this, if not the final piece of the rebuild, maybe there's one more big one to go. I don't know. But that's where we are. And we're going to have to sludge through another real tough year. We're going to have to stammer our way through a season of losing probably a lot more than winning. It's all a part of the master plan that unfortunately took a long time for the Browns to figure out what they should have started 3 or 4 years ago. But they didn't. They screwed the pooch. They brought in Watson, gave him all that money. They hamstrung themselves financially. This is where we are. Now, on the positive side, 2 pretty good drafts back-to-back by Andrew Berry. You're probably going to have to nail a third. And I mean nail it. Now, by the beginning of the 2027 season, that rookie class of 25, that rookie class of 26, they're going to be better. They're going to be a lot more seasoned. They're going to know what the expectations are. They're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And then your class in 2027, hopefully, is a good one. Need a good one, Andrew. Need another good one. And we'll watch them grow 27, 28, 29. And by the time we move in to that brand new Taj Mahal in Brook Park, that rookie class of 25 and 26, they'll be ready to really bust out. And they're going to get better and better each year as we go, as long as they stay healthy. And you put back-to-back really good classes with some of the talent that you already have on the team and some of the free agent acquisitions you have made and some of the free agent acquisitions that you're going to make, and then hopefully get your franchise quarterback, which might be Arch Manning, might be somebody else. I don't know, but that's where we're headed. This is the only way to go. This is the only way to do this. And the Browns have finally admitted that they have screwed up so badly for so long that they had to undo all their failures on the field, off the field, tearing this thing down, trading away one of the most popular players in the history, trading away a future Hall of Famer. It had to be done. It had to be done. And it was done. So let it be written. Now we move ahead.
We have Alan on the 1310 line.
And now, you hope that Jared Verse turns out to be a great player. You hope to turn these draft picks into something very special. And you hope to build upon the class of 25, 26, and hopefully 27 and 28. This was the only way to do it. There is going to be more suffering before there is excitement. And if you go into it feeling like that and you understand what's going on here, hopefully there will be some big rewards. Hopefully. Coming up here beginning in 2029. Let's go to the phones. 1310 WDPN. Al is in Akron. Al, good afternoon. What's going on, bud?
Sammy B, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Good to be back. What's happening?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So do you think this is the phone call that happened shortly after everything was official? Hello, Aaron. Yeah, this is Myles. Yeah, do you think you want to come back and play another year or two?
I
mean, can you imagine it, Sammy?
I saw somebody posted, I don't know what, it was on X, and they had Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett next to each other in their full Rams uniform, and I thought, oh my God. What could be?
That's scary.
Oh my God, right? But yeah, here we are.
Hey, the picks this year, or the picks that we got, don't do much for me. I mean, I like the 1. The 2 is okay, but I would have been happier if we just got 2 2s, or 2 1s, I'm sorry, and verse and been done. Because the 3 doesn't do anything for you. The 2 doesn't do a whole lot for you because the Rams are going to be probably in the 24 to 32 range.
Al, I think they're going to be like 27 or 28 because they're going to win a Super Bowl the next 2 years, and I think they're probably going to win between 12 and 14 games, maybe 15.
Yeah.
So yeah, those and look, I don't know when I don't think those picks are going to be used anyway. Those are going to be used to move up, to get into a better position to draft a franchise quarterback. But yeah, on the immediacy of the deal, I was like, oh man, should have got more than 1 first-round pick. Should have got more than 1. But I don't know what some of these other teams were offering. I don't know what the Cowboys were offering. I don't know what, how it all. But it seems like as soon as Jared Verse's name was injected into the conversation on behalf of the Rams, it sounds like that's when Andrew Berry said, "Okay, let's talk." Yeah, let's gather around the table and let's talk.
What do you think the holdup was last year when you heard all the rumors of the 3 number 1s and this team's interested and this team's interested? What do you think the real holdup was there?
That is an unbelievably great question because obviously, if we could have got our hands on 3 first-round picks,
right,
we're not. There's nothing to think about there, Al. Nothing.
No,
you make that move. So maybe it's a bunch of things. Maybe it's a bunch of things, and maybe some of it really doesn't have much to do with the talent of Myles Garrett. It's just how he does things sometimes. I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure. Because, you got the sack record, right? You got Defensive Player of the Year. But at the same time, the Browns didn't win anything, and it just seemed like that was Myles' only focus, was to pad his own stats. And I think some of that kind of rubs some GMs and people the wrong way. Some are willing to swallow. Some are willing to hold their nose because they see the talent and they think that maybe that could be the one piece that puts you over the top.
Well, it could be, but like you said, Myles has been about Myles. And if you look, it's been quarterback or nothing.
Right. Well, yeah, and he doesn't play the run that well. And Jared Verse plays the run very well. So
now his sack numbers aren't there, but that's not his focus.
Exactly. And I think maybe he'll be a better teammate. And look, Myles wanted out. He wanted out. He wanted out 2 Super Bowls ago. He went on that crusade in broad daylight. He said, "Get me out of here. I just want to go. Trade me." He don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. I don't want you here either.
It's going to be interesting to see how Verse fits in.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. I think he'll be a better teammate.
And he's 25, Al. 25.
5 years younger, but does he take care of himself as well as Myles? That's one thing you got to give the guy credit for. You know, he takes care of himself and his body and works his ass off to be where he's at.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to let me know what you think of this. I think Myles Garrett was more interested in taking care of his body for the camera than he was the football team. Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we'll be all right with Jared Verse. Just, you know, the usual. Hope he stays healthy. Hope he's not mad that he's coming to Cleveland. I mean, he had a chance to go win a Super Bowl, and now he's part of a rebuild, but maybe they can, you know, paint a really rosy picture and, hey, we're going to be playing indoors in a couple years. You're a big part of everything, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully the guy's going to come here and he'll want to be here and he'll want to play.
He'll have a chance to beat the Bengals twice in a year.
Right. Go get Joe Burrow. Go get Joe Burrow. That's all. Just go get him. Go sack him.
Yep.
Go sack him.
B.
Al, always a pleasure.
Good talking to you, brother.
Good talking to you. There he is. Alan Akron checking in here on the show, 1310 WDPN. Al made some good points.
Did you see what Keller said? He says A.J. Brown to the Pats.
Yeah, I saw that. I just retweeted that a little bit ago.
I'm assuming that's why your phone was blowing up for a sec over there.
A little bit.
Everybody was letting you know.
Now, see, that deal should have been done 6 months ago. That was like the worst kept secret in America, that trade. Like, get on with it already. I'm watching a video now of the lead up to when Myles Garrett was drafted by the Browns. And they just put out a thing on X, leaving a legacy we will never forget. Well, no more Myles Garrett, no more 95. He's now in blue and gold, that he is a Los Angeles Ram. We'll take a break and come back. Stay with us.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
For many of our brave service members, the battle never ends. American Humane Society is dedicated to supporting our heroes, both human and canine. Through their Pups for Patrons program, specially trained service dogs are provided to military veterans or retired first responders at no cost. American Humane Society also reunites retired military working dogs with their handlers, heroes who served on the front line. American Humane Society is there ensuring that no hero is left behind. Donate today at AmericanHumane.org.
Where does your generosity to mercy ships go? To a small village in Sierra Leone, to the eyes of a mother, to an operating room, the healing, the anxious wait, until finally, a beautiful smile. To a port in Madagascar, into the hands of a surgeon, to the eyes of the MRI technician, the scalpel, the monitor, the post-op, and finally, a mirror, a tumor removed, replaced by tears of joy. To a small fishing village in Africa, to the hopes of a boy, to his dreams of playing soccer, to the hands of a surgeon, the long recovery, until one day, the joy of finally being part of the team. Where does your generosity go? Wherever mercy does.
Myles Garrett traded. That's right. Myles Garrett traded by the Cleveland Browns to the Los Angeles Rams for edge rusher Jared Verse, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN. Got a couple of minutes before we get you to the top of the hour. All the latest news and weather. Clint Marshall is standing by. How are we feeling? Browns fans, Myles Garrett fans, NFL football fans. What's the first thing that goes through your head? Your first reaction to the trade, to the official announcement of the trade. What'd you do? How'd you feel? Happy? Angry? Upset? Meh?
Okay.
What was going through your mind when we all heard the rumor, and boy, the rumor mill didn't last long. It was like 2 minutes, and boom, they made the announcement. How'd you feel? J-Dub, how'd you feel? I got, we got 2 minutes, Rainsburg?
Yep.
Let me squeeze J-Dub in here real quick from down the hall, who I knew would have.
Sick to my stomach.
Hey, oh, you're sick too. Oh, boy.
I'm sick to my stomach.
Okay, tell me why.
We gave up 3 first-round draft picks for Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah,
We gave up 3 first-round draft picks for Deshaun Watson and a pipe dream. Cleveland Browns just gave up the defensive player the best defensive player in the NFL, bar none, for a late first-round pick, a alleged first-round pick in Jared Verse, whatever his name
Jared
is.
Verse, yeah.
A 2028 second-round pick and a third-round pick in 29. I feel like the Browns got handed the business.
Do you wish they would not have made the deal, or would you have liked them to hold out for maybe a little bit more?
They should have received at least 2 first-round draft picks, a second-round draft pick, and a player. I would have gone that route.
I'd have been good with either 1 first-round pick and two good players, or 2 first-round picks and
a second,
a Jared Verse, and then I'd want a second too.
Yeah,
second-round pick too.
I feel like Myles. I mean, I'm happy for Myles. He's headed to a contender now. Myles could get his ring, which is truly what he wants. And sure, it helps the Browns cap space. I understand that as well. I just feel like they got fleeced on the draft picks in the deal. I feel like Andrew Berry panicked, thinking that this was the only deal that he was going to get.
Well, who do we know? And we don't really know all the information. Who do we know who was seriously going to be all in on Myles with a trade? Dallas was pretty heavy talk. The Rams, obviously. Was there anybody else that Andrew?
Well, you got the Eagles.
What could? Here's another team. They are always going to win. What, 11, 12, 13 games a year?
Yeah.
You'd be picking low with them too. And I don't know what they had, player-wise, starter-wise, to give us right away.
Well,
I don't know if anybody else was in on, those were the big 3. Those were the big 3, Dallas, the Rams, and Philly. I know Detroit was talking about it a little bit. That kind of faded away. I think you had to make the move. And look, J-Dub, I don't think we're going to use any of those picks anyway. They're going to be packaged.
They're going to be packaged up.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this to all Browns fans. I know we were all excited with this year's draft. Guess what?
5 wins.
No, I don't even see that. I'm saying maybe 4 wins.
Okay.
They're going to be at the top of the draft because the defense is going to be horrific now.
Yeah. Well, that's where they want to be.
It's going to be horrific. And if they were hoping to get a top pick, great. That's exactly where you're headed right now.
That's where they want to be.
This wasn't a retool. This was a complete blow up and rebuild this year now.
Yeah. But you know what? They had to do it. Because
Did they though? You know who's on the market next? Denzel Ward.
Well,
Denzel Ward's on the market next.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's going to happen. And at the same time, this is Barry's final season with the Browns unless he's able to make a big splash in the draft this year.
Yeah. Well, if he goes back to back really good drafts, he probably bought himself some time.
He might have bought himself some time, but I don't feel like he's done that. I'm disappointed.
I know you are. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm 2 minutes late. I got to go to news. Let's do that. Maybe we'll con J-Dub to come back in at the end of the show, and we'll get together. 1310 WDPN. It's the Sam Bourquin Show. Stay with us.
An important part of the Alliance community since 1953. You're listening to AM 1310 WDPN Alliance.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The Justice Department says it will abide by a Virginia judge's ruling that temporarily ordered the $1.8 billion fund to be frozen amid litigation. Democrats now also introducing a bill to block the so-called anti-weaponization fund from using taxpayer money to pay Trump or his allies after the president agreed to drop the case against the IRS. ABC's Alex Mellon has more on the original case.
A judge down in Florida who actually was the one overseeing President Trump's case against the IRS. That judge now, after a bipartisan group of judges submitted a filing asking her to reopen the case, she did say now she's ordering the administration by June 12th to provide answers on whether they committed a, quote, fraud on her court.
In a social media post, President Trump says he spoke with Israel's leader and Hezbollah mediators, and both have agreed to pause fighting. It comes after Iran media says leaders were suspending talks with the U.S., claiming Israel was violating the ceasefire deal. On Wall Street today, stocks ending up. This is ABC News.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Now, the latest Alliance area news from Clint Marshall on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:02. Federal authorities say a Washington Township volunteer fire official is in jail after confessing to downloading child sexual abuse material. 58-year-old Donald Morrow was arrested Thursday after search warrants were executed at his home and workplace. Investigators say a tip to the FBI launched the case. The assistant fire chief being held in the Mahoning County jails. The case goes to a federal grand jury. Court records indicate Morrow admitted to downloading and paying for the illegal material. Additional files were found on an external hard drive. Deadly Canton shooting case moved forward Friday after the suspect waived his preliminary hearing. 30-year-old Daquan Rucker now held on $1 million bond. The case bound over to the Stark County grand jury. He's charged with murder in the death of 51-year-old Richard Poole. Police say Poole was found shot inside an Allen Page Drive Southeast apartment May 24th. Second suspect, 45-year-old Larry Grimes of Canton, is being sought. A Canton firefighter suffered minor injuries while battling a fire at an unoccupied commercial building Monday morning. Personnel dispatched to the 500 block of Hartung Place Northeast just before 8:30 to find heavy smoke and flames spreading from an attached shed into the building. Firefighters prevented the blaze from reaching nearby structures. One firefighter was taken to a local hospital for treatment. According to the repository, officials say the building will be demolished. The cause remains under investigation. Damage estimated at $32,000. Summit County Medical Examiner's Office has identified the North Canton man killed in a weekend motorcycle crash as 42-year-old Louis DeMondo II. Starr County Sheriff's Office says the accident happened Saturday night on Route 43 north of Hartville. Deputies say DeMondo was riding southbound when his motorcycle crossed the center line, missed a curve, and went off the road. He was taken to Summa Health Akron campus, where he was pronounced dead. The Canton Metro crash team and Sheriff's Office are investigating. Bond set at $75,000 for an East Canton man accused of threatening a woman with a rifle. 51-year-old Gregory Sala was arraigned Monday in Canton Municipal Court on charges including felonious assault and inducing panic. Status conference is set for Thursday. Sala accused of threatening a woman after she refused to give him a ride, then pointing a rifle at her from a second-story window at a South Berger Street home. The incident prompted a police standoff, evacuation of nearby homes in response from the Alliance SWAT team. Sala later surrendered without incident. Alliance City Council considering two emergency ordinances, including new garbage rates and up to $440,000 in wastewater plant repairs. Under the proposed rate increase, standard residential garbage service would go up 64 cents a month. Backdoor service would increase to $37.86, and senior bag service would rise to $10.96 monthly. Council also looking at funding for cleaning and repairs to aeration tanks at the city's wastewater treatment plant. Officials say both measures are needed to maintain city operations. Voters in Starr County could see a Sardis sales tax increase on the ballot in November. Interim CEO Ralph Lee says he plans to ask the Transit Authority Board to place the same 0.1% tax hike before voters after it failed by just over 1,700 votes in last month's election. SARTA officials say the increase would raise about $8 million a year to replace aging buses, restore limited Sunday service, and expand the agency's D2D ride program. If approved, SARTA's sales tax rate would increase from 0.25% to 0.35%. Major upgrade project at Canton's Sugar Creek Water Treatment Plant is wrapping up after about 6 years of work. City officials say the nearly $43 million renovation overhauled filtration systems, electrical switch gear, wells, and other infrastructure at the plant, which remained operational throughout. According to the repository, officials say additional projects are planned, including surge tank replacements and an erosion study. The plant, built in 1962, produces about half of Canton's drinking water. It serves nearly 50,000 residents. Portage County Corrections Officer fired after an internal investigation found multiple policy violations. According to the Sheriff's Office, Austin Wilson of Lake Milton was terminated Thursday following a pre-disciplinary hearing held May 27th. Wilson was initially charged criminally on February 24th and placed on unpaid administrative leave, while both criminal and internal investigations were underway. The criminal case remains pending. Neil Bayless, Linda Linebaugh, and Kevin Todd among 5 people sworn in Friday to restore full membership on the Columbiana County Park District Board. Probate and Juvenile Court Judge Thomas Baranci made the appointments, along with returning members Tom Butch of Salem and Eileen Dre Barden of Rogers, after a series of recent resignations left the board empty. The board, which oversees the Little Beaver Creek Greenway Trail and other county parks, will hold its first meeting today to organize and elect leadership. I have the following funeral announcements. Service for 79-year-old Ronald R. Maley of Alliance, Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Arrangements by Sheriff Sterling Skivalaki. Service for 94-year-old Virgil Paul Valentine, Thursday at 11 o'clock at Regina Chaley Catholic Church. Arrangements by Sheriff Sterling Skivalaki. 74 degrees at 5:07. This is the local edition of WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Here's Mark Johnson's forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
76 degrees for your Monday afternoon high. Looking good. Mainly sunny skies, staying dry all day long. Overnight, it's going to be mostly clear, but we are going to chill you down a little bit. Our low 50 by sunrise. From the 3 News Weather Center, I'm Mark Johnson.
Live from the AM 1310 WDPN studio, it's time for live and local sports talk. It's the Sam Bourquin Show.
I'm ready.
Give the show a call at 330-821-1310.
Good call, meatball.
Watch the Sam Bourquin Show on the AM 1310 Facebook page, the Q92 YouTube page, and on X. This is the Sam Bourquin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
And a high fly ball to left. Yoshida, he couldn't find it. He lost the ball. It drops shy of the track. Around third, Rocchio will score the tying run. It's 3-3. And a hard hit to center field. Jose coming around third. He will score. 4-3 Cleveland.
And a shot. That's fair down the line. Red Sox keep on swinging. Yoshida is in to score. Kiner Falefa rounding. He's going to score 2. No throw home. All the way down to third, Durbin. 1-0. Ground ball. Tackle. Bobble. Ball game! Mariners win! They sweep the Diamondbacks!
Oh, the baseball yesterday, but boy, oh boy, that all goes out the window today. Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN. Good to be back. Week off, little family vacation, ready to roll. And what happens the first day back? A major, blockbuster, earth-shattering trade in the National Football League. You guessed it. The Cleveland Browns made a deal with the LA Rams. Myles Garrett is gone. No more 95 in a Cleveland Browns uniform. He is now a Los Angeles Ram. Welcome to the Sam Bourquin Show, everybody. AM 1310 WDPN. Sam Bourquin here. Ryan Rainsberg on the other side of the glass. Whew. What a way to get back in. Telephone lines are open, 330-821-1310. You can text the show at 330-924-7088. The Q92 Radio YouTube channel. You can watch. You can listen to the show. You can comment on the show. WOW in all capital letters. Wow. The Browns did it. They traded Myles Garrett. Traded him to the Rams. Here's what the Browns get in return. And then I'm going to give you some numbers on Jared Verse. Browns traded Myles Garrett today. It is official, 100% official. The Browns get Pro Bowl defensive end Jared Verse. The Browns also get a 2027 first-round pick, 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick. That's the haul. That's what the Browns got for Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, 30 years old, going to the Rams. They believe they've got a shot to win a Super Bowl this year. And depending on the health of Matthew Stafford, I think the Rams think they could maybe win 2. I think the Rams think that their Super Bowl window is not just to win one more. I think they believe they can get 2 more before Stafford retires. And then by then, Myles will be 33. And the Rams will probably, they'll be riding the waves. And then it'll all come crashing down on them, and Sean McVay will quit, and they'll go back to being in oblivion again. But that's how the Rams work. That's how the Los Angeles Rams operate. They don't draft. They just trade picks away. They trade them away. First round, second round, third round. Who wants one? You get a pick. They don't care. They are about seizing the moment. They are about sliding through that window before it comes down. And this was their piece to put them over the top, they feel, and it was Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. I got a lot of questions. What are your thoughts on the trade? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you need a little bit of time to absorb everything? Do you think the Browns got enough back in return? Was this the final piece maybe of the complete implosion of the Browns, tearing it down to the studs as they start to embark on the 100% rebuild of this franchise, working toward the opening of their new stadium in 3 years? I want your thoughts on the deal. 330-821-1310 is our phone number. Get those texts in. Get the comments in on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. We got the chat open. A lot of you have been in and out today, bringing some good stuff. Keep those comments coming in. We'll work them in throughout the last hour of the show. It's a move that will come with controversy. This is a move that will come with sadness. This is a move that will come with questions. But make no mistake about it. This is a move the Browns had to make. This was probably the last big piece teardown in the rebuild. Now, I know you got Ward's contract is coming up next. Denzel, you're probably going to move him too. But this is a move that had to be done. Look, Myles Garrett, a physical specimen, a freak of an athlete. Fast off the line of scrimmage, big, strong, long arms, long strides. Defensive Player of the Year, got the NFL sack record, got a ton of sacks in his career. The Cleveland Browns never won a thing with Myles Garrett. Not all his fault. Some of it maybe is his fault. But at the end of the day, in a win-loss league, in a business, the Browns haven't won squat with Myles Garrett. Nothing. Zip. Got a lot of stats. Oh, he had a lot of stats. A lot of sacks. Not a lot of wins. A lot of people own number 95 Browns jerseys. White ones, brown ones, orange ones. A lot of people are devout, enamored with Myles Garrett. And that's okay. That's your guy. You ride and die with your guy. I understand it. I get it. Fan is short for fanatic. And Myles has gazillions of fans out there. Not just here in Cleveland, not just here in Northeast Ohio, not just in the Buckeye State, but all over. But you never won anything with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, a one-trick pony. Sack the quarterback. He didn't care about playing the run. He didn't care about fulfilling the scheme on defense. He didn't care about filling the A, B, or C gap to let somebody make a play. He wanted to go after and sack the quarterback on every single play. Even if it was a run play, he wanted to sack the quarterback. That's not going to get it done at the end of the day. Yeah, you got a lot of sacks. You stuffed that stat sheet, Myles. You got a lot of gravestones in your backyard of all the quarterbacks you've sacked over the years. You get to dress up in a Halloween costume and roll into the stadium on Halloween weekend. You got about 8 or 9 or 10 or 11 or 12 speeding tickets. At the end of the day, the Browns didn't win with Myles Garrett. The Browns didn't win enough with Myles Garrett. I'm not putting this all on him, but I think Myles was more interested in Myles than he was the Cleveland Browns. Myles Garrett wanted a trade. He demanded a trade. A lot of y'all forget about that. He demanded a trade. He went on center circle under the lights of Super Bowl weekend a couple years ago. He said, "Get me out of here. Trade me." Should have done it then. Missed the boat there. Should have done it then. I said they should have done it then. I wasn't the only one, but, you know. So here we are. Here we be. 2026. Here we are.
Kim on Facebook simply says, "We can't have nice things in Cleveland."
This move had to be made. The teardown is just about complete. And the Browns are on schedule for 2029 to hopefully have a pretty good team.
You really got to put that hopefully in there.
Yeah.
You can't leave that out.
You could not do any more quote-unquote rebuilds and do them half in. That wasn't working. It was just dragging you down, further and further down, further and further away from where you wanted to go. Now, yes, obviously we don't need to talk about the screw up of Watson and the contract and the losing of the draft picks and the salary cap. That's been played over and over again. Dumbest thing they've ever done. Stupidest trade ever made in the history of sports. Can't undo it now. But that all led to this. So now the Browns have to move on with this rebuild. Hopefully you get a good guy with Jared Verse. Re-sign him quickly on Jared Verse. According to Spot Track, Verse is under contract for the 26 and 27 seasons. In 28, that'll be his 5th NFL year. He has a team option. He is set to have a $4.1 million cap hit in 26, a $4.8 million hit in 2027. And obviously you want to work on re-signing him to a pretty big deal. 2028, 29, 30, 31, 32. Yeah, you probably want to give him a 5-year deal at that point. That's what he'll want. Maybe he'll want a little bit longer. I'm not sure. Verse has spent his first 2 NFL seasons as an edge rusher in the base 3-4 Rams defense. He recorded 58 tackles and 7.5 sacks and forced 3 fumbles in 2025. Made his debut in 24. Enough to earn him the Associated Press NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year and PFWA Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. He's been a Pro Bowl selection in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Played at Florida State. Rams picked him at the 24 draft. 19th overall. That's what you're getting back as far as the player in this deal with Myles Garrett. Oh, we got a lot to get to. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more of the Sam Bourquin Show. Phones are open, 330-821-1310. We'll be back.
AWP Safety, North America's leading traffic safety company, is hiring traffic control flaggers, and they need you. Join AWP as a protector for steady work and an important job keeping people safe. They offer paid training, certification, referral bonuses, and advancement opportunities. To apply, visit jobs.awpsafety.com. That's jobs.awpsafety.com.
Hi, human. I'm a micro monster, swimming around in your plastic water bottle. But I can't wait to swim in your bloodstream soon.
Microplastics are micro monsters.
Drink me. Wait, what are you doing?
But you can fight back by using glass or metal reusable water bottles.
No!
Don't let microplastic micro monsters invade your body. Find more ways to fight back at stopmicromonsters.org.
In classrooms across the country, chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., grade 4, absent. Julio M., grade 6, absent.
Aisha S., grade 12, absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs, like transportation, healthcare, a working computer, mental health support. The list goes on.
Olivia H., absent. Preston L., absent.
Chloe B., absent.
The reasons why they're absent are very real, and yet the solution is someone present to help them along their path. When site coordinators from communities and schools are on hand, they connect kids to the resources they need. And when they do, 99% of students are present and remain in school throughout the year.
Jacob O., grade 10, present.
Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
Oh, here we go on this day in sports history. 1925, Luke Gehrig. This is the day he began the streak of 2,130 consecutive baseball games. 1938, on this day, baseball helmets were worn for the very first time. 1975, Nolan Ryan pitched his fourth career no-hitter in his 100th career victory. On this day in 1980, Steve Garvey hit the 7,000th home run in the history of the Los Angeles Dodgers baseball organization. Oh, we got a good one for you today. 2007, the Cleveland Indians were down 5 in the 9th inning to the Detroit Tigers. We got a little bonus here for you. We've got 2 calls of the same winning base hit for the Tribe. Jim Donovan with the first call, Hammy with the second.
And he lines it into center field. Nixon scores, and the Indians win. What? Swung your line drive, base hit center field. Ball game. The Indians win it. Nixon scores. DeLucci wins it. A 5-run 9th inning.
David DeLucci. Oh, when's the last time you heard that name? That was a part of the big comeback for the Tribe on this day in 2007 as they stunned the Tigers at then Jacobs Field. That is on this day in sports history. We'll take a break. The news and weather is coming up next.
The latest news and the current Alliance area weather forecast are up next on AM 1310 WDPN.
Good afternoon. It's 5:30. Israel's government ordered strikes on Beirut's southern suburbs. The strikes today came a day after Israeli ground forces reached their deepest point in Lebanon in 26 years. Hezbollah fired rockets at northern Israel, including near Haifa. The strikes by Israel follow what they call repeated ceasefire violations by the terror group. The attacks come just before Lebanon and Israel were holding talks in Washington. Beirut says it is committed to negotiations. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer faces more embarrassment with the release of files about former UK ambassador to Washington, Peter Mandelson. The documents published Monday run more than 1,500 pages and include emails and text. Included a handwritten note from Mandelson pledging the government would, quote, never regret giving him the job. Mandelson, a friend of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, was fired after 9 months. Critics say the decision to give Mandelson the key diplomatic job shows poor judgment by Starmer, who's under pressure to resign. French forces boarded a sanctioned oil tanker from Russia sailing in the Atlantic Sunday. French President Emmanuel Macron said today the operation took place in the Atlantic on the high seas with the support of several partners, including the United Kingdom, in strict compliance with the law of the sea. Macron said the vessels which fail to adhere to the most basic rules of maritime navigation also pose a threat to the environment and everyone's safety. France's maritime prefecture of the Atlantic said Monday the French Navy had intervened on a tanker which had been heading out from Murmansk, Russia, more than 400 nautical miles west of the tip of Brittany. Federal prison officials cost taxpayers millions of dollars and prematurely freed inmates through faulty enforcement of a criminal reform program. The Department of Justice Inspector General's office said Thursday the Bureau of Prisons overcharged by $106 million for inmate phone calls and failed to provide re-entry programs to over 9,800 early release inmates between the years of 2022 and 24. The investigation found the mistake stemmed from the implementation of the bipartisan First Step Act, which President Trump signed in 2018. It says the Bureau of Prisons is complying with the watchdog agency's suggestions. The Biden administration's efforts to implement the law spun out of control, according to the Inspector General. Missteps included reimbursing itself over what it calculated to be the cost of providing the telephone calls and moving appropriations tied to a specific year into a revolving fund with no time limits on spending. A new cross-border tunnel has been discovered between Mexico and the U.S., according to ABC's Alex Stone in Southern California.
The tunnel is about 869 feet long and 21 feet deep, running from Tijuana into San Diego. Mexican authorities made the announcement after carrying out a search warrant at a home, and they say the tunnel has lighting and ventilation. They believe it was a storage, logistics, and trafficking center for weapons, explosives, and drugs. They say methamphetamine, marijuana, and cell phones were found inside the tunnel. Alex Stone, ABC News.
73 degrees at 5:33 for WDPN News. I'm Clint Marshall.
Meteorologist Mark Johnson has the latest forecast on AM 1310 WDPN.
Sunny skies and warm highs for your Monday afternoon, 76 degrees. We may throw a few clouds in there just for fun. No worries about rain. Overnight, clear and starry for the most part. A chill in the air by sunrise, our low 50. I am Mark J. Weather from 3 News.
I'm happy.
1310 WDPN, welcome back to the show. Got about 25 minutes left with each other. Today, we'll be back tomorrow at 3 right here on 1310 WDPN. Oh, yeah, we'll be chasing some guests down for tomorrow. I got my list ready. We'll see who we can get on tomorrow. A lot of the beat writers, there's no way they were coming on today.
No, we got to get Fred Greetham.
They were writing stories, and they were doing their thing. So hopefully we can check in with a couple of our friends tomorrow around the football world, around the Browns football world. 330-821-1310 is our number. Let me see here. Sammy, you're getting all the breaking news today. Yeah. Browns trade. A lot of stuff going on in the NFL. Others, OBJ. Well, that kind of went under the radar, didn't it? As far as we're concerned. Odell Beckham Jr. going back to the New York Giants. I wanted to look at the other side here. Excuse me. So I got on a couple of fan boards of the Rams. Yeah, they do have fan boards in LA. I want to see what they were saying about the trade.
I bet they're not happy about it.
Well, it's interesting. It's going to be the 29th pick. Verse even said he wasn't great last year. Versus 25, Garrett is 30. This was a great deal when you can trade good for great. Do it. I would have kept Jared Verse and just used only draft picks to get Myles Garrett. Good luck with that. Another Rams fan here says, why give up Verse? Everything else I'm good with. Trust the process. What the bleep? Now I need to find out my trade-in value on my Verse jersey. Wow, I really don't know what to think about all this. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
A lot of Verse fans in LA.
Yeah. Another one here. Gave up too much. Jared Verse is overrated. 12 sacks in 36 games. What? We're trading Jared Verse? Apparently, he was quite the popular Rams player out there. This is on one of their message boards on the LA Rams Facebook page.
I'm almost starting to get the sense that some of that might have been sarcasm.
Perhaps. Now I got to follow their Facebook page. God. If you'd have told me one day, Sam, you're going to be following the LA Rams Facebook page, I'd have told you you're crazy. Well, I am now.
You're crazy or you're following the Rams?
Both.
Okay. Just to clarify, we got to make sure.
Again, full trade details if you're just finding out or you want a little bit more info. The Browns trading Garrett to the Rams for Jared Verse, 2027 first rounder, 28 second rounder, 29 third rounder. And yes, this trade is official. Done deal. How you feeling? What do you think? 330-821-1310. Are you sad to see Myles go? Or are you happy to see him go? How will this affect the Browns the next couple of years? What will they do with this haul of picks? Will they make picks with them, or will they package them for possibly a guy by the name of Arch Manning in the draft? What's the goal here? What's the long-term goal for the Cleveland Browns?
I really hope the long-term goal is not to get another quarterback based on their last name.
Yeah, there's the other thing. With Arch Manning, you don't know. I mean, you never know.
Right.
Like when you draft a guy out of college, you don't know. A draft is a crapshoot. It's a roll of the dice. Now, some guys you might have an idea, but you don't really know. Arch Manning could be the second coming, or he could be dog doo-doo. We don't know. We don't know. And we won't know until, if that day comes, then, well, yeah. Ray on Facebook, great trade. Bye-bye, 95. The Browns get 4 new players for you. Forgot how many games did you win in your last 4 years. Bam. Brian Kelly, BK, hope you're well. Sam, the question we should be asking, how does Verse feel about being traded to Cleveland?
Yeah, that's what I really want to know.
Well, yeah. And again, we won't know until he's here. He was on the verge of going to a Super Bowl. He plays in L.A. He plays at a nice indoor stadium. He plays in a city that never sleeps. It has great scenery, if you know what I mean. Great entertainment. He's Hollywood. I don't know. How's he going to feel coming to Cleveland? I don't know. Jim says, Myles isn't going to like traffic in L.A.
Yeah.
Christopher Smear says, Browns are not a win-now team. Myles is a win-now player. You just created 2 years of cap space and got a top 10 replacement who is 5 years younger. Boom. Straight on. Ryan H., if I was Myles, I would hope for a no-trade clause. Would never want to play for a team in California or New York if you want to make money, but if it's for a ring, go for it. Kevin says, Sam, he wanted out. I'll wish him the best and move on. He has every right to want to go win a Super Bowl, especially considering he's reached every individual milestone. Sucks to see him go, though. Onward we go. Richard says, good for Myles. Doc says, hey, good trade for both teams. Diane, well, anything the Browns do doesn't surprise me anymore. I wish Myles only the best. We will see you in Canton one day.
I'm with Diane. About the never being surprised by the Browns thing.
Michael says, Browns won this trade. Doug, Factory of Sadness doing Factory of Sadness things again. See you in week 1. Hashtag playing for that number 1 pick.
Ooh, Factory of Sadness. We could call the Browns that, but most people wouldn't know what we were talking about all the time.
Oh, they'd have a pretty good idea.
Who else could we be talking about at that point? I mean, right now, honestly, if you're a Cleveland fan, we could be talking about two teams. We said Factory of Sadness.
But the Browns Stadium was dubbed the Factory of Sadness years
Oh, really?
ago. Yes. Yes. Mike says, I'm sick to my stomach. I can't believe it. Patrick, not sure about this. Maybe 1 year too late. Got to be honest. Sam, so this means his no trade clause was a joke, and he is laughing in all the Browns' faces. Get out. No use for you. Barb and Canton. I think, remember when I said it was 65-35 people were upset? I think we're coming close to 50-50 on the trade. And I bet you by tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I bet you it's going to be about 70% of the Browns fans are okay with the move. Right now, there's still that shock. There's that, oh, my God, I can't believe it. No more Myles Garrett coming out of the tunnel. No more this, no more that. Sack, 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 sack. Player of the year, defensive player of the year. That all goes out the window. By tomorrow at 9 a.m., people are going to be happy with this trade.
I mean,
I think most of them are going to be happy. Now, they're not going to be running up to the top of the mountain and waving a flag happy, but I think they're going to be fairly happy by tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
I mean, those are great things, but that doesn't win you games. It stops you from losing games, I'll give you that. It keeps you in the game, but it doesn't help you win at all.
Hasn't helped this franchise win. Now, It's not all Myles Garrett's fault either.
No, of course not. He's just a defensive player.
Because
that's half the
we
team.
got a knucklehead owner, and we had a general manager that couldn't draft until the last couple of years. A lot of bad decisions. A lot of Brownsy stuff has happened over the years. And Myles Garrett is certainly not the reason that we've lost as many games as we have.
No, he's the reason we haven't lost more. We would have only been winning 1 or 2 games a year without Garrett, probably.
But at the end of the day, Myles Garrett wanted out. Myles Garrett was a Myles Garrett player. I'm sorry. Myles played for Myles. He wanted stats. He wanted records. I mean, all players say they want to win. All athletes say they want to win for their city. But at the end of the day, you got to cut through the crap. Myles just wanted sacks. He wanted the stat sheet for Canton. And look, he had other stuff going on too. You know, we've talked about that. Every time he got a speeding ticket, we talked about it. We talked about when he demanded a trade a couple of years ago. But the Browns are in a situation where this is close to the final piece of the blow-up. And you might have one more to go. But if they can turn all this into something positive, and if Myles goes and gets a ring, good for him. But if the Browns can somehow come out of this on the other end in, another three years or so, then all of this pain and suffering, and it'll all be worth it.
Sam, we have Sal on the line.
Sal. Oh, I must be on my first show back from vacation. Because when I think of vacation, I think of Sal, because I think of Vegas, and I think of Sal. You're on the air. Go ahead, buddy. How are you this afternoon?
Hey, Sam. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I'm coming to Vegas. I'm coming to Vegas.
In Vegas there in July.
I'm going out August the 10th.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm going out August the 10th.
For the first time, I'm going to take in some NBA Summer League action.
Oh, are you okay? Hey, you'll have to let us know how that is.
Yeah, for sure. Our tickets are going to be at Well, they use the two facilities side by side, but we'll be in the Thomas and Mack Center.
Nice. That's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Got to go to the Thomas and Mack and look up and see the banners of Jerry Tarkanian and Stacey Augman and all the running rebels from back in the glory days. I love it. I
wanted to touch on, obviously we're talking about the Myles Garrett trade, and, I agree with what you're saying, Sam. They're not gonna miss him. I mean, miss his departure. It's, we all know this is it increases every year. It's a quarterback / offense driven league.
Sure.
Look at the rule changes they make every year. It's more and more favors the offense. I mean, heck, we've even seen middle of games. I feel like they change the rules to favor the offense.
Right. Exactly.
And you've touched on over the years about Garrett how, you'd see him out there making some amazing play, but then there'd be long periods of time where he was kind of, nowhere to be found.
He would disappear on 3rd and 12, on 3rd and 17. And that's what I guess I started focusing in a lot more on those situations, maybe more than I should have. But at the end of the day, that's when I need my money guy to make the money. And that was another part of his game. I was like, a little underwhelmed there.
I always say, if you want to be the man, well, you got to step up and be the man in those situations when they need you. And, you probably recall, it would have been, 3 seasons ago, it would have been the 23 season, but it would have been January 24. They went to Houston for that wild card game. And, there was another game where I don't think his name was called at all. And, of course, he was going up against Laramie Tunsil, who's a really good offensive tackle. But, at worst, that should have been a 50-50 battle, and it was more like 90-10 in favor of Tunsil. I don't think they'll miss him.
No, I mean, there's going to be the initial. You're gonna show up at the stadium, and Sal, there's still going to be where the stadium holds 68,000. You'll still probably see 30,000 people show up in Myles jerseys, and they're gonna miss him coming out of the tunnel and this and that and the other. But at the end of the day, this is something they had to do. Now, did they get the greatest haul in the world back? Probably not, but I think they got enough back for a guy who's going to be 31, and in the position the Browns are in. So I'm okay with it. I wish Myles well. I hope he gets a ring. Hey, look, great career at A&M. He had a nice career with the Browns. Didn't win anything. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame if he can get a Super Bowl ring out. Good for him, and we can turn things around, and hopefully someday good for us. And hey, on a trade, you want both sides to win, and maybe that's what we'll have here at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I let you go here real quick, Sam, just curious, where you're going to be staying in August out there in Vegas?
We are going to be staying at Caesars.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be at Caesars. I tried to get I want to go to the I wanted to go where the big pool with the big TV downtown.
Oh, at Circa.
I wanted to go to Circa, and I got the veto.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be at Caesars, but we're going to be out there, I think, for 4 days. It's going to be a little bit longer than usual, but I'm excited about that.
That's I believe that's the length of my stay. Well, maybe like 4 to 5 nights, 4 days, or however that works out. And, recently we switched, become a big fan of Mandalay Bay, so that's where I'll be.
Sal, that's where we originally were going to go. And I don't know what happened with I think it was the dates. I think it had something to do with the dates and Hall of Fame back here for me, and we couldn't make it work. And then the flights got a little goofy, but that's where we were going to go. So maybe next time we go out, it'll be, hey, I got some breaking news for you. You'll appreciate this.
Okay.
The sauna is officially back open at the North Canton Y.
Oh, beautiful. Well, when I get off the phone here, my plan was to head up that way and just run in the neighborhoods there. But since you told me that, I'm going to have to stop in and check that out.
Now the hot tub isn't ready yet, but the sauna is officially back open. So I wanted to give you that breaking news.
I'll take it.
Another small victory.
Sam, you guys doing a great job, and appreciate your time.
You got it, man. I'll see you at the Y, bud.
All right, take care.
There he goes. Old Sal checking in here on the show, 1310 WDPN. Yeah, North Canton, Hawaii. The sauna's open, and the whirlpool should be ready to go here in less than a week.
What do you know? A call from Sal. We don't get those very often.
Hey.
Those are awesome.
He's that's funny because I was hoping that maybe we were going to be going out there at the same time and staying at the same hotel. Oh, that'd have been wild. Sammy B and Sal running the streets in Vegas. That'll have to wait for another time. All right, let's take our final break, and we will come back. We'll kind of wrap up the Myles trade for today. We will certainly be talking a lot about this tomorrow, trying to line up some guests tomorrow as we speak. We've got Louisville softball chasing a state championship this weekend in Akron. We still have 5 high school baseball teams still alive in the regionals. We're going to get into that tomorrow. NBA Finals begin on Wednesday. Guardians back in action against the Yankees beginning tomorrow. We got lots of stuff going on. This is where you want to be. 1310 WDPN. We'll be right back.
Looking for something the whole family will love? Join us at the 2026 Canton Greek Fest, June 4th through 6th at St. Haralambus Greek Orthodox Church at 251 25th Street Northwest in Canton. Enjoy delicious homemade Greek favorites like gyros and pastries, live music, traditional dancing, and fun activities for kids of all ages. Experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Greece right here in Canton, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day. Bring your friends, bring your family, free admission, and free on-site parking. Visit CantonGreekFest.com for all the details.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-498-2098 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-498-2098 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-498-2098 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Our national parks didn't just happen. They were imagined by those who saw beyond their time. The trailblazers, the bold. They stood on the edges of canyons, walked through history, and understood that these places need us just as much as we need them. Now it's up to us. Join the National Park Foundation to ensure what's all of ours is here forever. Donate at nationalparks.org/trailblazers.
Listen, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Sam Bourquin Show as we get ready to put a wrap on things for today. Myles Garrett. Better get used to seeing him in a Los Angeles Rams uniform. They got new uniforms this year, too, by the way. Right. Well, an updated version, I should say. They got rid of those stupid numbers, shape of them, whatever they called the font. They did get some upgrades, so yeah, Myles will be excited about that. Sam, I can't believe they actually did it. Good for Myles. Good for the Browns. Let's turn the page. Honestly, the Browns got younger, got more picks, and got a Pro Bowl quality defender. Myles was never going to win a championship here anyway. Going to be some good reading tonight on social media. Oh, yeah. I'm going to probably digest 15,000 comments tonight between like 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I won't be able to handle it right after work. I need a break. But the Myles Garrett era is over with the Cleveland Browns. Shocked? No. A little bit of a jolt? Yeah. I think a lot of people would say that. I do. Did you get enough? Did you get the greatest haul in the world? No. But you got a good enough haul to make the move. And onward we go. Onward we go. I wonder, first of all, I wonder where Myles is. And I wonder how he's feeling right now. And I wonder where Jared Verse is, and I wonder how he is feeling right now.
I think I know how Myles is feeling right now. He's probably happy.
He's got to be doing a happy dance, right?
Yeah, he's got to be thrilled. I am extremely curious, though, about how Verse is feeling.
Yeah, and
I would love to get an insight into what he's thinking right now.
I don't know if we'll hear anything from him soon.
I can't imagine he's a happy man right now. I certainly would be if I was in his shoes.
Yeah, you know what, though? He's from Dayton. That's got to help a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
He knows a little bit about Ohio.
That's a good point.
And how we do. So
that might make it worse, actually.
That's good.
Can you imagine? He got out of Ohio. He was in L.A. living the good life in the sun.
I got out, and now they pulled me back.
Now he's got to come back here?
Got to come back
I
to
certainly
Ohio.
wouldn't be happy about it.
Jared Verse. Hey, everybody, do yourself a favor tonight. Watch some Jared Verse highlights when he was at Florida State and his first 2 years with the L.A. Rams. That'll make you feel a little bit better about this trade. I promise you. All right, we got to go. We have a lot to get back into tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Thanks to Rainsburg. Great job as always. It was good to be back in the chair today. Thanks to all of you for texting, calling, emailing, and dropping your comments on all of our social media platforms. We always appreciate that. And we will do it all over again tomorrow at 3 right here on AM 1310 WDPN. And until then, and as always, go Guards, go Cavs, go Bucks, go Browns. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.